He is also present, appearing via WebEx from the Lewis County Jail. He is represented by David Brown. Both matters are on for trial confirmation. Will Halstead for the state.
All right, are the parties confirming?
The state is not here. I'm going to ask the court for a 1-week continuance for 2 reasons. One, Detective Clary is not available next week, but the second issue is one we faced last week. The state is still waiting for lab from the Washington State Patrol. Those are in the process of being analyzed. Hopefully we'll get them back. Speeding on both matters is May 29th. I did speak with Mr. Clark. He told me that he was not going to be objecting to the continuance based upon the fact that it's still within speeding. I'll let Mr. Brown address this claim.
All right, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, Mr. Clark told me the same thing. They're not objecting as long as it's within speed. Explain that to Mr. Robinson. We're opposed to any further continuances. Feels like the evidence we've gone over, there's not enough there, and he should just be dismissed. And if the state ever gets the evidence, then they can refile it.
Anything further, Mr. Halstead?
The only thing that I think we need to address is the letter that was sent by Mr. Robinson. I don't know if the court got a copy of that or not.
I did. Have you seen that?
I have, and I explained that to Mr. Robinson. I don't know if he still wants to go forward with that or not.
All right, Mr. Robinson, you sent a letter that I received indicating that you were dissatisfied with Mr. Brown's representation. Do you wish to pursue that?
At this moment, no. Right at the moment, Your Honor. I seen another letter as well about the prosecution, and did anybody get that by chance or no?
I've not seen that.
Okay. But no, not at the time, Your Honor.
All right, these are currently set as co-defendants, and there's been no motion to sever, and so the presumption is that they proceed to trial together. I'm going to grant the motion. I'm going to grant the state's motion to continue 1 week. It's within speedy trial, and I'm not hearing that there's any prejudice. So I will strike next week's trial. I'll set it for the week after, and I'll set over confirmation to the 25th.
And Mr. Robinson, I have an amended offer. I know you've been opposed to any offer, but I'll come down and talk to you about that tomorrow.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. What was that?
I got an amended offer from the prosecutor's office, so I'll come down and talk to you about that tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. All right, that will take care of the Robinson and Bailey cases.
Your Honor.
Yes.
May I address the court for a second? Is it the time frame since it's
Your Honor, his attorney's not here.
Yeah, I didn't see that Mr. Brown had left. I'll let Mr. Brown address your question tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, thank you.
When he sees you. Yes, thank you.
All right.
Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is all my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions only. This is the case of the Idaho. May the victims rest in peace. Condolence to the families. May the correct justice be served. Demetrius Robinson and Emma Bailey were charged for the OD, a fentanyl OD, to a young 19-year-old boy from Alpha Kappa Lambda fraternity in Moscow, Idaho, called Caden Young. I've spoken about Caden Young a couple of times. He was unalived on the 10th of June 2023, 4 months after the quadruples took place. I wonder if there's any relation We saw the Alpha Kappa Lambda boys on Banfield. I know for a fact that the 6th roommate, Ashlin, is very good friends with Demetrius, and she's good friends with Emma Bailey. We know that Emma Bailey and Demetrius were charged for RUGS. They sold fentanyl to a young kid. Were they trying to keep him quiet? Were they trying to silence him? Was it just a horrific OD? An accident? There's a lot of talk about Demetrius and Emma, his voice and name is being heard on the Linda Lane. I find that to be interesting. I wonder if they were using the 6th roommate, his room, to store rugs. The room was locked. No one had access to it. Just wondering. They lived right behind the house. Emma lived a couple of minutes walk. Saeed was a good friend of Caden Young. In fact, Caden Young was the fraternity president. Before Scott Green, Nick, his son is called Nick Green, became the fraternity president. Demetrius has plenty of violent cases, trigger one. Rape is one of them. Assaults and many other violent things are listed in his record. I believe, and the rumor mill was saying that Mr. Demetrius Robinson was dealing rugs. So if he was dealing in the college and something happened to his rugs or his money, I believe he would unalive people for that. And I really believe he was trying to silence Caden Young. It did not work for him the first time. Caden Young survived, but within a couple of hours, he was unalived with the real fentanyl pill. We're talking about 6 victims. Hannah Clear, whether it was an accident or foul play, why was she found 3 days later? Why was 911 called for the quadruples 8 hours later? Is this a pattern? Are these people trying to silence maybe students who were going to tell on them, like Hannah Clay, Hudson Lindo, Kaylee, Maddie, Zana, Ethan, and Caden Young? That is 6 people. 6 young people. And we saw how badly they assaulted Tim Reed. The Vandals, 49 of their players beat that little boy and assaulted him badly. So what is actually going on in Moscow, Idaho? And was Demetrius and Emma ever questioned in this case? I really wonder if they're informers. How could you get away with ODing a 19-year-old young man? Emma Bailey and Demetrius were not seen that night. There are many speculations and many rumors floating saying that Emma Bailey was at the grub truck. And Enon Hush, they both were not at the grub truck. Enon Hush ain't lying about that. But I wonder where they were that night. I wanted to compare Emma Bailey to the girl in the grub truck. So pay close attention. Emma is much taller, thinner, she has a pointier nose, and she has a long face. So just remember her face for now. I even asked a close source of mine from the university. I've sent them the grub truck picture and I asked them to check if that was Emma. And the person said immediately that ain't Emma. Emma's much taller. And Emma wasn't at the grub truck that night. And the same goes to Enon Hush. Sometimes we wish that somebody is in a certain place, but if they're not there, we can't force them to be there. That would be wrong. So you see that girl there with the black jacket, black coat, and the leggings and the long black hair, and the guy with the Mexican or Ecuador native Indian shawl. That is not Enon, and the woman isn't Emma. And I don't think Emma and Enon Hush would have been hanging around so late at the grub truck. He said in many interviews that he hasn't been to the grub truck. He went directly home. This woman is much shorter than Emma Bailey. She looks a bit like Emma, but it ain't Emma. You can see her clearer now. You can see her downstairs too. This ain't Emma Bailey at all. She's much shorter than her. And the guy ain't Enon Hush because the voice is completely different. She does look a bit like Emma, but Emma has a longer face and she's much taller and younger. I find this group to be very interesting. You have Liz Catteridge, the girl with the long black hair, brown hair, and the check pant. And then you have Molly Gray, who comes in a bit later, and Peyton. So you have at least 3-4 of Kaylee's sorority sisters here. And they don't seem to be talking much.
You guys in the bars, or are you just coming out for food? Sorry? Food? Hell yeah. Alright, thanks for coming to us. $4.65. Thank you. Hello. Fantastic. What's on good?
Can I get some donuts in my mouth?
Absolutely. Anything else?
Can I make sure that she's nice and wet?
Hold on. Okay. I would never get
She's always wet.
it has to be. Anything else? Yeah. $2 moms and then 5 cheese with bacon is $30.50. Team and child, you know it. Oh, we're 66. Thank you.
We're only 600 away from 66.
The price of chicken has gone up a lot.
So close.
We heard the voice. What do y'all think? Could this be Enon Hush? I personally don't think so. I do believe him when he said he wasn't here. He can't lie because he would have been on camera. And this ain't Emma Bailey because Bailey is much taller, much taller. Scott Green, the president of the university, is son. This guy Nick Green was the president of Alpha Kappa Lambda. But before him, it was Caden Young, the boy that Emma Bailey OD'd. I wonder if Nick Green, Scott Green, his son, is involved. He said he was good friends with Ethan and Zana, and I always believe that the Banfield boys came from Ethan and Zana. Those were his fraternity brothers, and he's the president. So where did Said, Taylor Parker, Reagan, and Ethan Knight come from? Where were you that night? Did you all have any beef with Ethan and Zana? Was it Alpha Kappa Lambda boys? Was it Alpha Kappa Lambda fraternity and Sigma Chi fraternity that came for Zana and Ethan? Just a question. It would make sense if this young man is involved. His father's the president of the university. Is that why his father was talking so much in the beginning of this case? In the press conference, the university almost took over the case. They were running the case.
I knew Ethan and Xana.
What do you remember about them?
They were really good people. I always loved seeing them whenever they were on campus. Ethan was a good friend of mine, so it's pretty sad. But I came back because I still want to keep pursuing my dreams, but you know, it's definitely a lot hard for people to come back, especially after that.
Yeah. Do you think it's brought the community, this university, closer together, or has it fractured the campus?
I mean, I would definitely say it fractured it, as, you know, not a lot of people are here.
Yeah.
But in a way, it's brought us together, especially just the Moscow community and Idaho in general.
How do you feel about them not catching the person that did this? Is that completely shocking to you right now? Or?
I mean, given the little amount of evidence that they have and have found, it's not too surprising that they haven't found the suspect, but it's still just disheartening.
So Nick is surprised. He's shocked that they still haven't found the suspect. Where were your fraternity boys to start with? And what happened to Caden Young? That's my question. Where were you that night? Were the Alpha Kappa Lambda boys working possibly for Demetrius and Emma? They both were charged in connection to the unaliving of Caden Young. I wonder how they got away with it. They weren't convicted. The charges were dropped. Are these two informers? And rumors were going around that they were dealing. Could Molly have been working for them, working with them? So when we look closely at the connections, Ashlin Couch is a very important person, in my opinion. I've always said this from the beginning. She would know more about Caden Young is unaliving And the fact that she has the audacity to defend two people who were charged for ODing a 19-year-old boy. Was it Ashlin Koch that was bringing all the connection of the RUGS to the house? Just a question. Where was she that night? She said she changed her mind last minute. Was she warned to stay away? Was she told? Ashlin was good friends with Zana and Maddie. And I've heard many rumors from different sources that Ashlin and Zana and Ethan were selling rugs, allegedly. Isn't it strange that Ethan's mother said in her first interview this wasn't about drugs or there wasn't any threesome? Why would you say that? Poor Caden Young. This is what Ashlin Koch had to say. She's in fact defending Demetrius, trying to say he saved him. She said she speaks to him 3+ times a day, and she's defending Emma and saying that they're good people. She said, I speak to Emma once a day, every day. Ashlin Koch knows more than she's telling us. I wonder if her interview was ever taken over. Did she have the key to the extra room? And it's been said that the whole lease of 1122 King Road is written on Ashlin Koch. I wonder if Maddie really threw away $75,000 worth of rugs. Could have belonged to Emma Bailey and Demetrius. They could have come off to them. Let me know what you'll think, guys. So with Caden Young, there becomes 6 victims within 1 year. This poor 19-year-old boy who was a journalist student, president of the fraternity Alpha Kappa Lambda, and he was president of the journalism team. I think he was going to tell on them. These people are silencing people, in my opinion. Whether it's bullying, hazing, silencing people, ODing people, enough is enough. It needs to stop. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I really apologize about my voice running down with the flu. Have a lovely week.